Sri Lanka, an island nation south of India, holds a strategic position in the Indian Ocean. This small yet significant island has been a focal point for centuries due to its prime location. This location has been crucial throughout history. Ancient mariners and traders recognized its value, making it a hub for commerce and cultural exchange. It sits astride vital sea lanes connecting east and west. These sea lanes are some of the busiest in the world, facilitating the movement of goods, people, and ideas. Sri Lanka acts as a crossroads for global trade and energy flows. The island's ports are bustling with activity, serving as key nodes in the global supply chain. The island's natural harbors, like Colombo and Trincomalee, are significant assets. These harbors have historically provided safe anchorage and have been pivotal in maritime trade. They offer potential as hubs for shipping and logistics. Modern infrastructure developments are enhancing their capacity, making them even more attractive to global shipping companies. Sri Lanka's strategic importance has attracted the attention of global powers. Countries from around the world are keen to invest in its infrastructure, recognizing the island's potential. China and India, in particular, have shown a keen interest in the island nation. Both countries have made significant investments in Sri Lanka's ports and infrastructure projects. This interest stems from their own geopolitical ambitions. For China, Sri Lanka is a key part of its Belt and Road Initiative, while India views the island as crucial to its security and regional influence. Both nations see Sri Lanka as a key element in their regional strategies. Control over Sri Lanka's ports and sea lanes can significantly impact their maritime dominance and economic interests. As a result, Sri Lanka has become a focal point in the growing rivalry between these Asian giants. The island's strategic significance continues to shape its role on the global stage, making it a critical player in regional geopolitics. China's rise as a global economic powerhouse is undeniable. Its Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI, exemplifies this ambition. The BRI is a massive infrastructure project spanning continents. It aims to connect China with markets and resources around the world. Sri Lanka, with its strategic location, features prominently in the BRI. Chinese investments have poured into Sri Lankan infrastructure projects. These projects include ports, highways, airports, and power plants. This investment aligns with China's goal of securing maritime routes and expanding its influence. However, it has also raised concerns about debt trap diplomacy. Critics argue that China's lending practices could trap developing countries like Sri Lanka in unsustainable debt, potentially leading to economic dependence. The Hambantota port stands as a potent symbol of China's growing influence in Sri Lanka. This deepwater port, located on the southern coast of the island nation, was constructed with the help of substantial Chinese loans and investments. It was envisioned as a key node in China's Belt and Road Initiative aimed at enhancing global trade routes. Originally envisioned as a major commercial hub, the port struggled to attract sufficient traffic to repay the massive loans from China used to build it. Despite its strategic location, the port failed to generate the expected economic activity, leading to financial strain on the Sri Lankan government. This situation led to Sri Lanka leasing the port to a Chinese company for 99 years in 2017. The lease agreement was seen as a way to alleviate the debt burden, but it also meant ceding control of a critical infrastructure asset to a foreign power. This move sparked alarm bells in India and the West, highlighting the potential pitfalls of Chinese investment. Concerns were raised about the strategic implications of Chinese control over a port so close to Indian shores and the broader geopolitical consequences of such investments. The Hambantota case became a cautionary tale about the risks of excessive reliance on a single power for development. It illustrated how infrastructure projects, while promising economic growth, could also lead to significant political and economic dependencies. It also underlined the importance for Sri Lanka to diversify its partnerships and pursue sustainable economic policies. By engaging with a broader range of international partners, Sri Lanka could mitigate the risks associated with over-reliance on any single country. The experience underscored the need for transparency and careful consideration of long-term consequences in infrastructure projects. It highlighted the importance of due diligence, robust financial planning, and the need to balance immediate economic benefits with long-term national interests. As Sri Lanka continues to develop, the lessons learned from Hambantota will be crucial in shaping its future economic strategies and partnerships. India, Sri Lanka's closest neighbor, has watched China's growing influence with apprehension. New Delhi views Beijing's activities in the region as encroaching on its own sphere of influence. In response, India has stepped up its engagement with Sri Lanka. India's efforts focus on countering China's presence through a mix of economic, strategic, and cultural initiatives. India has invested in infrastructure projects in Sri Lanka, including ports, railways, and energy projects. It has also provided military aid and training to Sri Lankan security forces. Furthermore, India has deepened cultural ties through educational exchanges and religious tourism. These efforts aim to bolster India's position as a reliable and trusted partner for Sri Lanka. They represent India's determination to maintain its influence in its immediate neighborhood. Section 5. The Balancing Act, Navigating Between Two Giants. Sri Lanka finds itself walking a tightrope between the ambitions of China and India. The island nation seeks to leverage the economic opportunities presented by both powers without becoming overly reliant on either. This balancing act poses significant challenges. Sri Lanka must carefully manage its relations with both countries to avoid being drawn into their rivalry. The country's economic dependence on China, particularly its debt burden, raises concerns about sovereignty. At the same time, Sri Lanka recognizes India's strategic importance as a neighbor and security provider. This complex geopolitical reality necessitates a pragmatic approach. Sri Lanka must prioritize its national interests while navigating the competing interests of its powerful neighbors. Section 6. Diversification, the key to Sri Lanka's future. Recognizing the risks of overdependence on a limited number of sectors and trading partners, Sri Lanka has embarked on a transformative path of economic diversification. This journey is not just about spreading economic activities across various sectors, but also about ensuring that the nation can withstand global economic fluctuations and uncertainties. The primary goal of this diversification strategy is to reduce its reliance on any single partner or industry. By doing so, Sri Lanka aims to enhance its economic resilience, making it less susceptible to external economic shocks and more adaptable to changing global dynamics. This comprehensive strategy involves expanding trade relations with a multitude of countries and attracting investments from diverse sources. By fostering a more inclusive and varied economic landscape, Sri Lanka can tap into new markets and opportunities, thereby driving sustainable growth. In addition to international trade, Sri Lanka is also working diligently to strengthen its domestic industries. This includes promoting innovation and supporting local businesses to become more competitive on the global stage. By nurturing homegrown talent and industries, the country can build a robust economic foundation. Focusing on high-potential sectors like tourism, which has always been a significant contributor to the economy, and information technology, which offers vast opportunities for growth and development, is central to this strategy. Additionally, investing in renewable energy projects is crucial. By harnessing the power of solar, wind, and other renewable sources, Sri Lanka can ensure a sustainable and environmentally friendly energy supply, reducing its dependence on imported fossil fuels. By diversifying its economy across these various sectors, Sri Lanka aims to create a more balanced and sustainable growth model. This approach not only promotes economic stability but also ensures that growth benefits are more evenly distributed across the population. This multifaceted approach will significantly reduce Sri Lanka's vulnerability to external shocks and geopolitical pressures. By building a resilient economy, the country can better navigate the complexities of the global economic landscape. Ultimately, this strategy will allow Sri Lanka to chart its own course in the evolving regional order, positioning itself as a dynamic and resilient player in the global economy. By embracing diversification, Sri Lanka is paving the way for a prosperous and secure future. Section 7. Lessons for the World, Sri Lanka's Balancing Act as a Case Study. Sri Lanka's experience offers valuable lessons for other nations caught in the crosshairs of great power competition. The importance of strategic autonomy and the need to avoid excessive reliance on a single power are paramount. Sri Lanka's situation underscores the significance of economic diversification as a tool for enhancing national resilience. The case also highlights the importance of transparency and accountability in international partnerships. Sri Lanka's experience serves as a reminder that even small states can navigate complex geopolitical environments. By prioritizing their interests, diversifying their partnerships, and pursuing sustainable development, they can maintain their sovereignty and chart their own destinies. Section 8. Conclusion: a delicate dance between development and sovereignty. Sri Lanka's balancing act between China and India is a delicate dance with high stakes. The island nation's strategic location and economic vulnerabilities make it a focal point in the Indo-Pacific chessboard. Sri Lanka's efforts to leverage its strategic importance while safeguarding its sovereignty offer valuable lessons for other nations. The island's experience highlights the importance of diversification, strategic autonomy, and a balanced approach to foreign relations in a multipolar world. Ultimately, Sri Lanka's success in navigating these challenges will depend on its ability to prioritize its national interests and make choices that ensure its long-term prosperity and independence.